Here are Grandpa's 37 easy hacks to prevent home invasions. Display a flag to imply gun ownership. Grandpa knew that creating the impression of strength often stopped trouble before it started. A simple way to do this was to display a flag or emblem that quietly suggested the presence of firearms in the home. Even if there were none, the symbol acted as a deterrent by planting uncertainty in the minds of would-be intruders. Criminals prefer easy marks, not ones that might fight back. Position the flag where it is clearly visible, but not flashy. To increase the effect, keep a heavy pair of work boots by the door to add another silent warning. Use solid wood or metal doors, never hollow. Did you know that hollow core doors were once one of the easiest entry points for burglars? These light frames splinter quickly under pressure, while solid wood or metal doors withstand heavy force. Families relied on oak, pine, or iron-reinforced doors for decades, knowing they offered protection against both people and storms. Hinges must also be solid, or the best door becomes weak. Always inspect screws to ensure they anchor deep into the frame. If possible, add decorative iron straps across the panels, which not only strengthen the door, but also give the entrance a commanding appearance. Upgrade strike plates with heavy-duty ones. Locks matter, yet the strike plate often decides whether a door stands or gives way. Thin plates bend or break, leaving families vulnerable. Replacing them with thick steel versions anchored by 3-inch screws makes kicking far more difficult. Ensure screws bite into wall studs, not just the shallow trim. This simple improvement can make the cheapest lock perform like a much stronger one. For best results, pair a heavy-duty strike plate with a latch guard that shields the lock from tampering tools. Adding a reinforcing metal strip along the jamb provides another inexpensive layer of extra strength. Add 2 locks, deadbolt and latch or chain. Grandpa often reminded that a single lock was only a thin barrier, but doubling them changed the game. A sturdy deadbolt combined with a secondary latch or chain meant an intruder had to waste extra time. That delay was sometimes enough to drive them away entirely. Place the locks at different heights so one kick cannot hit both at once. Ensure the chain is thick, not decorative. Check both regularly to confirm they close smoothly without sticking. For an additional precaution, lock doors, even when home, so every barrier stands ready before any trouble starts. Use a doorstop to jam the door. Few tools are as humble yet effective as a doorstop wedge. Placing one beneath the door makes kicking or shoving it open far more difficult. Scrap wood shaped into a wedge works as well as anything bought. These are best used on interior doors at night when families want an extra layer of safety. Travelers also carried wedges to secure rooms in inns or boarding houses. Tie a cord to each wedge for fast retrieval when needed. Carve a few extras to keep in different rooms so every doorway can be secured quickly in moments of danger. Barricade doors with furniture when needed. Sometimes the simplest defense is rearranging what's already in the room. A heavy dresser, table, or even a chair wedged against the door adds extra resistance in seconds. The more weight you apply against the entry point, the more time it takes for someone to break through. Angling the back of a chair under the knob works especially well for speed. Even small items, if stacked smartly, create surprising resistance. Always choose solid, stable furniture, not lightweight or wobbly pieces. Position the heaviest side of the object closest to the hinge side of the door for maximum stopping power. Keep screens and storm doors always locked. Even outer doors, designed only for air or weather, can serve as barriers against intrusion. Grandpa always insisted that screens and storm doors stay latched, since any locked layer adds time to an intruder's effort. Though these frames are thinner, they slow down an approach and make forced entry noisier. Every delay increases the chance that someone notices or that the intruder gives up. Ensure hinges are secure and replace weak latches with stronger ones if needed. Add small interior bolts at the top and bottom so the entire frame locks into the doorframe firmly and resists quick tampering. Wedge a broom handle or bar across doors. Placing a broom handle or similar bar across the back of a door creates an effective barricade with little effort. By anchoring one end against the wall or a strong frame, you distribute the force of impact evenly instead of letting it strike the lock alone. This trick was common in older cabins and shops where hardware was scarce. Wooden beams cut to size are even sturdier. Keep a few bars set aside for different doors in your home. Wrap the ends with cloth or rubber strips to prevent slipping while ensuring they stay ready for quick use. Stick wooden dowels in sliding windows. Sliding windows can be vulnerable, yet a simple wooden dowel laid in the track stops them cold. Even if the latch fails, the window cannot slide open with the dowel blocking the way. Measure carefully so the dowel fits snugly but can still be lifted out when you need ventilation. Cut extra dowels for all ground-level windows, storing them nearby for convenience. They can be painted or stained to match trim if you want them less noticeable. Cut 2 shorter dowels and place one on each side of the track to add more stability against shifting pressure. Nail or screw into a double-hung sash track. Old-style sash windows are charming, yet easy to force without added reinforcement. By driving a nail or screw at an angle into the track above the top sash, you keep the window from being lifted open. When you need ventilation, remove the screw to allow limited movement. Always use sturdy screws that anchor into the wood frame, not just the thin trim. This method works invisibly, so it does not affect the appearance of the window. Install a second screw. Lower in the track to block both sashes from moving if you want even stronger protection at night. Add shutters or wooden bars to windows. Windows remain one of the weakest points in any home, but sturdy shutters or interior wooden bars can change that. Shutters bolted from the inside shield glass from both storms and intruders, while bars cut to fit prevent entry even if the glass breaks. Both options were standard in farmhouses and cabins where families relied on simple carpentry. Hinged shutters make it easy to open for light and close quickly at night. Add horizontal crosspieces across bars or thicker planks to shutters so no single strike can weaken the entire frame or cause a fast collapse. Install bars on vulnerable basement windows. Basement windows often sit low to the ground, making them an inviting entry point for intruders. Installing sturdy metal bars across them provides a clear signal that forcing entry will be difficult. Bars should be bolted into the masonry, not just the wooden frame, to resist tampering. Space them closely enough to prevent squeezing through, but not so tight that light and air cannot flow. Paint or oil them occasionally to prevent rust and maintain strength. Consider removable interior bars that secure with heavy pins, allowing emergency escape while still offering solid resistance against unwanted entry attempts. Plant thorny bushes beneath house windows. One of the most natural ways to discourage intruders is through landscaping. Planting thorny bushes such as roses, hawthorn, or barberry directly under windows makes approaching them unpleasant and risky. The thorns tear clothing and scratch skin, which deters anyone trying to climb inside. These plants also serve as a visual barrier, breaking up direct access lines to your windows. Maintain the bushes well so they stay dense and effective. For even better results, alternate different thorny species in a row, creating a layered hedge that offers beauty in the yard while also delivering strong security protection. Keep window latches locked, no exceptions. It's easy to overlook window latches, yet leaving them open makes intrusion far too simple. Grandpa often reminded that a thief prefers the silent slide of a window over the loud crash of broken glass. That's why every latch must be engaged at night or when leaving the home. Even second-floor windows need attention, as ladders or nearby trees offer easy access. Regularly test each latch to make sure it clicks securely into place. Add small secondary locks or pins pushed through the frame to double the resistance. Keep a small key nearby for latches that require unlocking. Put up old-fashioned storm windows always. Storm windows weren't just for weather protection, they doubled as barriers against unwanted visitors. By adding an extra layer of glass and frame, they made breaking inside noisier and more time-consuming. Wood-framed versions with strong catches remain especially durable. Always ensure they are fitted tightly with no gaps or looseness around the frame. Clean and oil the hinges before seasonal installation, so they move easily but stay firm when locked. For added protection, reinforce frames with long screws into studs rather than relying on shallow nails. Keep the main window latched as well, creating a double line of defense. Spread gravel or crushed stone on paths. Silent approaches make intruders confident, which is why gravel paths were favored for homesteads and cabins. Every footstep on crushed stone produces a crunch that alerts anyone inside. Laying gravel beneath windows or along hidden paths forces intruders to reveal themselves audibly. Choose angular stone that shifts loudly instead of rounded pebbles that pack down smooth. Rake it occasionally to keep the surface loose and noisy. For improved security, spread a wide strip of gravel across the full width of a path so there's no way to sneak along silently by hugging the edges or stepping lightly. Trim shrubs and tree limbs for visibility. Did you know that thick shrubs and low-hanging branches often hide more than they decorate? Overgrown greenery can give intruders excellent cover while they work near windows or doors. By trimming shrubs low and cutting tree limbs high, you keep a clear line of sight across your property. This discourages anyone from lurking close to the house without being noticed. Open visibility also helps neighbors or passersby notice strange activity. Always haul away the cuttings instead of leaving piles, which could be used as cover. Plant smaller, decorative flowers beneath windows if you still want curbside charm. Lock ladders, tools, and sheds outside. Unsecured tools and ladders provide intruders with everything they need to force entry. Always keep ladders chained and padlocked so they cannot be used to reach second-floor windows. Tools like crowbars, axes, or even simple hammers should be locked in a shed with a sturdy hasp. The shed itself should sit within sight lines, not hidden behind overgrowth. Replace weak padlocks with heavy-duty ones that cannot be snipped quickly. Hang a lantern or bell on the shed door for extra notice. Keep spare keys stored indoors instead of leaving them hooked near the shed for convenience. Fence your yard or garden gates. A well-built fence sends a clear boundary signal and slows unwanted entry. Tall, solid wooden fencing provides privacy, while metal fencing makes climbing more difficult. Gates should be narrow and fitted with sturdy latches, not simple hook closures. Even a modest fence requires someone to pause and figure out how to cross, which interrupts an intruder's pace. Post signs at gates if livestock or dogs are inside for added deterrence. For stronger defense, reinforce gate posts with cement to prevent sagging or shifting. Place thorny plants near the fence line to discourage climbing and add another natural barrier. Hang tin cans or bells on gates. A simple but clever trick is using sound to alert you when a gate opens. Hanging tin cans, small bells, or chains creates noise whenever someone attempts to pass through. This works especially well at night when sounds travel farther. Attach them low enough that even a slight movement rattles them. Use strong twine or wire so they cannot be removed easily. Paint the cans dark to keep them discreet in the evening. For added effect, string several across a line so they clatter louder. Place them on both front and back gates for broader coverage around the property. Stack wood piles or junk under windows. Obstacles under windows create both noise and difficulty for anyone trying to climb in. Stacking firewood, scrap lumber, or even heavy barrels directly beneath windows forces an intruder to struggle with footing. This increases the chance of being seen or heard. Organize the stacks neatly so they look intentional rather than cluttered. Replace rotting wood to avoid giving pests a place to hide. You can even mix in thorny branches among the pile for extra deterrence. Position them especially near low windows or those hidden from street view where intruders are more likely to attempt entry. Hide absence cues like mail and packages. Nothing signals vacancy faster than an overflowing mailbox or parcels left on the porch. Arrange for a neighbor to collect mail and watch for packages when you're away. If possible, pause deliveries temporarily during travel. Empty milk bottles or newspapers should never be left out overnight. Grandpa used to say even footprints in fresh snow told outsiders if a house was vacant. Rake leaves or shovel paths so the property looks lived in. Keep one lamp set on a timer if you'll be gone several nights. Ask a friend to park in your driveway to create the impression of activity. Keep lawns tidy to avoid vacancy signs. Did you know that tall grass, overgrown weeds, or untrimmed hedges signal neglect to anyone passing by? A well-kept lawn suggests presence and regular care, discouraging trespassers. Mow regularly, rake debris, and cut back weeds near fences and doors. Tidy properties tend to be targeted less because they give the impression someone is always watching. Keep trash bins returned quickly from the street after pickup rather than left out. Collect fallen branches promptly instead of leaving them scattered. For longer absences, hire a local youth or neighbor to mow in your place so the home never looks unattended. Leave on lights, radio, or television. Grandpa often stressed that a house should never look silent or empty for too long. By leaving a light glowing or a radio playing in the evening, outsiders assume someone is present. The faint noise or shifting light through curtains deters people looking for an easy target. Rotate which lamp is used so the same one isn't glowing nightly, which can become obvious. A battery-powered lantern works in case of outages. Place lights near windows but out of direct sight to mimic real movement. A mechanical timer can vary the hours so the home never feels predictable. Use curtains to hide valuables inside. Windows often act as showcases for what's inside a home, which makes curtains or blinds invaluable. By keeping them drawn in the evenings or when away, you prevent passers-by from spotting valuables like clocks, jewelry, or even food supplies. Thin, sheer curtains still let daylight in while blocking prying eyes. Heavy curtains provide better privacy and insulation. Alternate between fully drawn and partly open to suggest normal activity. Close upstairs curtains too, especially where ladders or balconies allow access. Store small valuables in rooms without street-facing windows, so nothing tempting can be seen even when curtains are left open. Keep valuables in plain ordinary boxes. Fancy jewelry boxes or strong-looking chests often draw more attention than they prevent. Hiding valuables in plain containers, like old shoe boxes, coffee cans, or sewing tins, makes them blend into the background of a room. The less eye-catching, the better. Intruders pressed for time search obvious drawers or safes first, not dusty boxes on shelves. Mark boxes with ordinary labels such as buttons or old receipts to further deflect interest. Rotate hiding spots every so often to reduce predictability. Keep a small decoy box with harmless trinkets nearby to mislead anyone in too much of a hurry. Tuck spare cash in books or tins. Not every hiding spot needs to be elaborate. Sometimes the best ones are everyday objects. Folded bills tucked between the pages of books or slipped into biscuit tins keep emergency money safe. Choose titles no one would borrow quickly and rotate cash occasionally to avoid wear. Tins stacked in the pantry or sewing cabinet go unnoticed amid regular supplies. This ensures that in the event of an intrusion, quick cash is not immediately visible. Hide small sums across multiple locations rather than placing everything in one. Refresh spots with new choices every season, so patterns don't remain fixed. Create a safe room with essentials ready. Having one secure room to retreat to can be a lifesaver if an intruder does manage entry. Reinforce the door with a heavy lock and use solid walls whenever possible. Store water, non-perishable food, and blankets in the space so it remains comfortable during emergencies. A whistle, sturdy flashlight, and basic first aid kit also belong inside. Keep a sturdy wooden chair nearby to brace under the handle if the lock fails. Install thick curtains or cover windows in that room. Prepare a small box of candles and matches in case light is cut. Always refresh supplies each season. Turn bedroom into a safe corner with a dresser. Arranging your bedroom to provide protection can make a difference in an emergency. Placing a heavy dresser against the door creates a barrier that slows an intruder, giving time to react. Choose a dresser made of solid wood so it cannot be easily pushed aside. Position it so it can slide quickly into place without scraping across the floor too long. Keep escape routes in mind so you aren't blocking your only exit. Reinforce this corner with a sturdy chair to wedge beneath the handle. A thick rug under the dresser helps prevent easy sliding during impact. Keep a walking stick, bat, or flashlight handy. Quick access to a solid object can provide both defense and confidence during a nighttime scare. A walking stick near the bed, a wooden bat, or a heavy flashlight doubles as a deterrent. Flashlights serve the dual role of illumination and protection. Always store these items within arm's reach, not across the room where you'd have to fumble in the dark. Practice grabbing and handling the object quickly so it feels natural under stress. Store extra batteries nearby if using a flashlight. Keep a backup stick or bat in another room so you're never unprepared when moving around. Keep a fire extinguisher near bedroom always. Fire threats can be just as dangerous as intrusions, which is why a fire extinguisher belongs near the bedroom. Having one at hand ensures you can act swiftly in the night if smoke or flames appear. Choose an extinguisher rated for multiple fire types, wood, cloth, grease, to maximize usefulness. Mount it securely, but at a reachable height for any family member. Replace or service it according to its inspection tag to ensure reliability. Instruct all family members on how to use it quickly. Know your neighbors as natural watchdogs. Communities have long relied on watchful neighbors for shared safety. By knowing those who live nearby, you gain additional eyes and ears to notice unusual activity. A friendly relationship makes it easier to ask them to watch your home while you're away. Trade phone numbers so alerts can be sent swiftly. Neighbors often notice small changes like strange cars or lingering figures that homeowners may miss. Keep them informed of expected visitors so nothing looks suspicious. Offer to return the favor, strengthening trust. Agree on subtle signals such as a curtain pulled back or a lantern lit to quietly share alerts. Avoid bragging and keep the house appearance modest. Drawing unnecessary attention can make your home a target. Flashy displays of wealth like expensive cars, outdoor equipment, or lavish decorations often signal valuables inside. A modest exterior suggests less temptation for someone seeking an easy score. Keep curtains drawn when unloading purchases and avoid leaving packaging from costly items at the curb. Even casual talk about what you own can drift to the wrong ears. Maintain a balanced, lived-in look instead of an extravagant one. Plant flowers, trim bushes, and keep things tidy without showing off. Rotate outdoor items like tools or furniture so nothing looks overly fixed. Don't tell folks when you're gone. Grandpa always warned that news of your absence spreads faster than you think. Telling too many people about vacations or trips creates opportunity for the wrong listener. Keep travel details within a close circle of trust and arrange for neighbors to keep an eye out. Mail piling up or empty driveways already speak loudly without words. Even casual mentions in passing conversations can slip into the wrong ears. Ask someone you trust to collect deliveries and keep the property looking occupied. Place curtains at different positions before leaving so windows suggest someone moved them while you were away. Hunker down and call for help immediately. If a break-in occurs, your first priority is safety. Find a secure location in the home and stay there until the danger has passed. Do not attempt to confront intruders, as even a locked door and time to call for help provide better odds. Keep essentials like a whistle, flashlight, and phone nearby at night for this reason. Make sure children know where to gather during emergencies. Speak calmly and clearly if contacting authorities so the situation is understood quickly. Keep the door to your chosen safe area reinforced with extra locks or heavy furniture when you retreat. Stay aware and avoid distractions like phones. Awareness of your surroundings is one of the most powerful deterrents. Modern distractions often cause people to miss small warning signs outside. Take moments throughout the day to look around and notice who or what is nearby. Listening for footsteps, doors, or shifting shadows helps you react faster. Avoid walking through the house with your eyes locked downward. Teach children to point out anything unusual rather than ignoring it. Keep radios or other sounds at a reasonable volume so you still hear outdoor noises. Step outside briefly each evening to scan the property before retiring indoors.